21st. I am your host, Jupiter Diva, and here to my right is my brand new co-host of the show that is a great anime fan just as much as I am, and her name is
Captain R. Mystic here.
And we got so much in common. We talk a whole bunch about anime and everything else, and she is great and is very experienced with anime. She's young, she's just now starting out with it, and so the anime that we're going to explain about, what we're going to talk about, she knows about. Kind of gave her, how do you say, a homework assignment. So, but she's definitely really, really excited about it, and I'm excited about it. It's great to have a co-host. I'm hoping that we get more people, but we're going to start. It's always good to start small to get big. So tell me, how long have you been into anime? What got you hooked onto anime? I mean, when was you first introduced? How old were you? What got you into it?
I've been watching anime since 13. I guess you can say 4 animes I watched till 13, like Blood Plus, Inuyasha, and Bleach. I guess anime is my life. I can't leave it alone.
Do you continue watching it now? Are you watching new ones or?
Oh yeah, it definitely had opened a gate to watch all type of new animes out there that I never even heard of before. And it's just I like cosplaying, so I'm I had to watch new anime to do a lot of cosplays and stuff. And I know it's awesome costumes, and I'm into all of that stuff.
Well, this is my first time going to actually do cosplay, and I'm so excited about it. Hopefully I get to show you the shirt that I've got that I have over there. And I thought I had it right here, but it's over there. But I'm going to explain that later of what is coming up soon on February 16th through the 18th, and what we're going to go as or what's going to happen with that, but that is later on. So just recently, like I said, I gave her a homework assignment on 3 anime that I highly, highly recommend and picked that I've seen, now that she's seen. So the 3 anime that I had picked, it happens to be Noragami, Fruit Basket, and also Seraph of the End. Those 3 I have watched. I love the story behind them. They're good storylines, good action, funny, hilarious, or anything else of that. So basically here on Anime Corner 21st, with these 3 animes that I have chosen, what we're going to do, we're going to kind of, how do you say, dissect them. We're going to, in one section, 3 things that we do like about it, and in another section, 3 things that we don't like about it, and the last but not least, which happens to be a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And we are, because we want to watch out for the kids and for parental reasons, we're going to tell you whether it is good for children to watch, and if it's not good for children to watch, and what age range these animes are recommended to be watched or whatever. So, let's go. Okay, so we're going to talk about one of the 3 anime that I highly recommend for you guys to watch, which happens to be called Fruit Baskets. Fruit Baskets is a story about a young girl named Toru Honda who happened to live in the woods because she lost her mother. When she was walking to school one day, she found out that her classmate, Yuki Sohma, had lived in a house that was close to where she was. Well, when she had returned home, there happened to be a mudslide or a landslide that almost destroyed all of her stuff. So the Sohmas had decided to take her back into their home and take care of her. But when she had awoken the next day, she had found out the secret of the Sohmas is that if you touch them, they turn into one of the characters or one of the animals of the 12 Zodiac. So now we're going to talk about the 3 things we liked about the anime and the 3 things we disliked about the anime. So we're going to start with the first 3 things that we had liked about the anime. Starting with the captain.
The first thing I did like about the anime is the soundtrack. It's peaceful, it's nice. That's the first thing I noticed.
The second thing?
The second is Yuki Sohma. The only reason why I like him because he kind of remind me of an anime called Code Geass Lelouch in a way. That's the only thing. And last but not least, I just like how happy it is. Like all the friends, people coming together. I just like the life, happy thing.
Oh, okay. So the three things I like about it is, of course, the comedy of it. It is hilariously funny.
Oh.
There's always something going on in the Soma house, whether it's at school or at home. And I like how when the family does build up and she finds out more and more about the family, how funny they can be, how sweet they can be, and all that stuff. The second thing I like about Fruit Baskets is, of course, Kyo, the cat. I love him. He's just cute in so many ways. He seems like he got this nasty attitude, but
definitely.
really he's just this sweet, cute little innocent little kitty. Sweet, nice, cute, funny as all hell. Just love it. I love Kyo. Kyo is just awesome. And the third thing about Fruit Baskets I love is the life lessons you learn when you're watching that show. Because there's a lot of stuff that's in that show that's really actually deep about it.
You probably can relate to.
Exactly. It is like, wow, you really like feel it in your gut, of what they're talking about in life lessons and all that. It just makes you feel like, damn, that was deep. That was really extremely deep. I loved it. That was awesome. Okay. Anyway, so that's the three things that we both like about the anime. And now we're going to do the three things we dislike about the anime. So, Captain, what is it that you dislike about it? The three things, starting with number one.
Y'all probably gonna hate me. I mean, it's my opinion, but I don't really like the art like that. It's just like,
wow, the art, wow.
Yeah. I don't know. It just look cartoonish. Like it's something like if you're not really like when you first watch it, you can go to sleep on it if you're not paying attention. You know what I'm saying?
Second thing you dislike about it.
Akito.
Akito? What?
He have a problem. Something is wrong with him. I mean, like how he made one of the characters blind because he wanted to marry a normal girl. Like,
come on.
How he be whispering in their ears, kind of like, what are you doing? He crazy. I don't care. He went through a lot.
Oh my god, man. Okay, the third one.
They transform if they get touched by girls. I hate that. It's just like I want to have contact with girls, but you have to transform.
This right. I'm sorry for people who's getting offended right now. I know people around the world love Fruit Basket.
I like the show, but
the three things that I dislike about Fruit Baskets, it was too short. I think that there should have been a lot more story to it. Instead of just ending at meeting the actual master of the Soma house, and the way he treated her at the end, Toru, sorry, at the end, and I think it should have continued and see where it had went or whatever. But I know they made a lot of episodes of Fruit Basket, so, but I wanted more of it because I hate when they make anime and it's such a great story and then they stop, and it's really, really annoying. The second one is the brutality of the story, meaning even though there are parts in there that is deep, there's a lot of real life situations that's in there just as well. Some of it can be really violent, some of it can be really sad, some of it can really hit home. But the life brutality of it, I know you can't always expect life to always be happy and exciting and all that stuff. But, I didn't like it too much, but basically the story kept it real. It really did keep it real. The third thing is I didn't like how Yuki and Kyo was always at each other's neck. I understand the rat and the cat. Okay, that's fine. And the story says is that the rat had tricked the cat about going to the party or whatever. I didn't like that story, but that's what made it hilarious. Is both of them going at each other's necks all the time. Kind of like a Tom and Jerry type thing. That's what makes it funny. So out of Fruit Baskets, what would you call it? Give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
I'll give it a thumbs up.
Thumbs up?
Yes.
And I would give it definitely a thumbs up. 2 thumbs up because it's an awesome anime. It's very good to see. As far as parent-wise, I do highly recommend kids from age 10 on up to
That's
watch
what I was
this.
thinking, too.
Nobody younger than 10 to watch this because they might not understand it. There's
No.
a lot of violent points about it, should I say, that will scare children and all that stuff. But 10 and up would be a good age for children to see this show.
Strange choice of words, but yes, our family has lived with this curse for generations. We transform into the 12 animals of the Chinese zodiac. Sorry, the 12 animals plus the cat. Anyway, whenever our bodies come under a great deal of stress, or when we're hugged by a member of the opposite sex, we transform. After a little while, we change back. The only thing is, we're naked.
The second anime that I highly recommend is Noragami. Noragami is about an unknown god who is trying his best to be the most famous god of them all. In order to become the most famous god, he takes odd jobs from people for only 5 yen to grant their wishes. On his second job, it happens to be defeating phantoms by using a weapon called a regalia that looks like humans, but actually they're in spirit form. So now it is Yato's job to go on this adventure to defeat all these phantoms and to become the #1 god of them all. Okay, so we're going to do our likes and dislikes of Noragami, starting with the captain. What is the 3 things that you had liked?
I like the main character, Yato, of course, because he's a god. That's why I like, all the mystical, powerful people. The second is the voice acting. I think the voice acting all plays well together. In their situation, it's not annoying or it's not high pitched or anything. It just fits just perfect.
That's good. Okay. And the third thing that you like?
The third thing I like how it's kind of similar to Bleach, but in a different aspect.
Ah, good one. I never thought of that.
The main character, Mami Ichigo, always dropping his body, soul come out, and then fight phantoms.
Okay, nice.
Hollow. So that's the thing.
Oh, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I never known that. I did not think of that.
That's why I was drawn to it because
I'm so jealous of that one. So the 3 things that I like about Noragami, Noragami, is the first one. Of course, we love Yato. Yato is insanely cute.
His blue eyes.
Oh my God, his blue eyes is
so hypnotizing.
Exactly. He's down to earth. He's very funny. He's very sweet. Sarcastic at times. He does a lot of dumb stuff all the time. But we gotta love him. He is very, very sweet. The second thing I like about Noragami, of course, is the comedy. The comedy of the show is absolutely hilarious. Especially the friends he meets and the people that are just like him, other gods besides just him. It's very, very, very funny. I loved every moment of it. And the third thing that I had liked about Noragami is the action. The action of it is outstanding. With the regalia and I love how one of the gods had 2 regalia, but they happened to be her outfit, which was really awesome, and he used it as a weapon. So it's really the action of it is a lot of fun to watch and all that stuff, and defeating other phantoms, and of course the godly bosses and all the other stuff that you see up in the show. So now we're going to go into the 3 things we dislike about Noragami, starting with the captain. The first thing you disliked about it.
Yuki.
Really?
Oh God, he's the pain. Oh my God. If I could just jump in there and just choke the living, but I'm not gonna keep discussing. But his attitude is he got better in the last 3 episodes.
Oh really?
But now he just terrible. He should pick a better guy, which he already had one. But
dislike number 2.
My second dislike, even though they have to use regalia, I really don't like the fact that they have to, because I'm when I heard the word God, I'm they should be powerful on its own. And I was like, why he had to use spirits? You're supposed to be a god, right? You know what I'm saying? That's the
Really? Oh, okay. So yeah, okay. So the third thing you dislike about Noragami.
I don't really like the female protagonist, which is what's her name again? Hiyori.
Hiyori?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I don't really dislike her, but I do dislike how she always tries to put herself in trouble. Like, causing more trouble. Like, what are you doing?
I agree. And
I just, agree. Like, is she one of those types where you really don't like her, but you like her at the same time? But it's just like, she try to be all that positive, like, oh my god, like, she'll put herself in trouble, and then she'll complain about it, and try to be an asshole about it.
That's
and
very
then,
true.
Like,
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So I'm going to do my 3 dislikes about Noragami, and my first one is exactly what she said, is Hiyori. She always constantly putting herself in stupid danger, and then she's constantly, I mean, even in the first episode when she first discovers she can live out of her body, and then with, I don't know if you remember the big frog part, and she's like, oh, I want to find answers, why is this happening, la 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 la, and it's like, well, chick, you need to stop, first of all, he's trying to do something, you like, well, I want to know, and I'm going to kick this frog, and this and that, and just constantly, like, bitch moaning, complaining about everything that's going on around her. Right. And Yato is just, like, bow downing to her. That's the second thing I dislike about Noragami. There is no love connection between Yato and Hiyori. Hiyori. There's no love connection. Okay, you would think that, oh man, these two are always constantly together. They're going to fall in love with each other. Mm-hmm. Nothing. There's no chemistry between those two.
I'm hoping there will be.
Everybody's hoping that there would be. There's no chemistry. The third thing I hate about Noragami, or I'm not going to say I hate, or dislike about Noragami, is it was too short. It was too short. I wish that there was more of that anime, more storyline. And everybody's like, oh, well, why don't you read the manga? Fine. We can read the manga. That's fine with me. But we also want to see it also in action. So with that being said about Noragami, you give it a thumbs up?
I give it a thumbs up. Thumbs up for sure.
2 thumbs up for me for Noragami. Definitely worth watching. Unfortunately, it's too short. But I would definitely highly recommend watching it. So what's the age range of Noragami?
I believe age range should be at least 14 because the only thing about it is really no blood, which is a good thing. So, but like really to understand the concept, I would say age 14 and up.
And basically, it's based on a lot of death or talk about death, and not a lot of kids or exploring kids.
Oh yeah,
understand about that. So, especially the first episode, Hiyori gets hit by a bus. So that it's not recommended for anybody 14 and under, but 14 and over, I would highly recommend watching this show. So, but definitely, as you can tell, 3 thumbs up. 3 thumbs up. 3 thumbs.
こんな武装して今日は何のご用事？これは失礼した。クラ、アキ、キム、ツグ、カズ。
フラハです。アキハです。
So the third, but not last but not least, anime that I highly recommend for you guys to watch is, of course, Seraph of the End. Seraph of the End is about coming of the end of the world, but not how you think it is. Actually, vampires come to the world and bring a whole entire virus to all the adult people, but the children are not affected. They use them as herds of cattle, they call it, to suck out the blood of the children so that they can live, survive, or feed off of them. But luckily, there are some brave souls or orphans that decided to leave that type of life so that they can escape from the vampires so that they don't have to deal with them anymore. A young boy named Yuchiro, or his friend Michaela, happened to escape along with other orphans to try to get away from the vampires. But unfortunately, one of the vampires happened to kill most of the orphans, and he thought his friend Michaela was dead, but Yuchiro got away. When Yuchiro had got away, he had joined the Japanese Imperial Demon Army to try to kill off all the vampires, dealing with his friend, but little does he know his friend Michaela is still alive, thinking he was dead. But unfortunately, he became a vampire himself. So with that being said of Seraph of the End, what are the 3 things that you like about this anime, Captain?
The first thing I like about the anime where I thought it might turn to the bad side. I love you and Mika. That's their nicknames. So
You and Mika. I forgot about that. I was just explaining the whole entire damn name. What the fuck? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I love how they kept the relationship as close as ever. Because I was thinking, like, since he a vampire, he'll be stubborn, and he gonna be stubborn, like, no, you're a vampire, and we should fight each other.
No, actually, they were really extreme.
Yeah, and I love how the director gave me a slack, where they're like, oh, we just gonna make them two understand each other and see where they come from, and I love that.
Number 2.
I love the storyline about it.
The
like,
storyline?
Yeah,
okay.
the storyline is fantastic. Like, the vampire against the humans thing. But we all know that some vampires might join the human side might join the vampire side.
Exactly.
And blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
I love the story line.
Okay. And the third thing you like about it?
The art. They made the beautiful graphics anime ever. I just love how cut and clean they is.
So, 3 things I like about it. Number 1, I love the storyline. Just like she does. Storyline, it's very, very good how they handled the vampire and the soldier story.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's kind of sad about the kids and the orphans
Definitely.
and how they killed off all the adults and all that because of a virus, but the story, how they made the story possible that's what makes it exciting to watch. The second thing I like about the anime of Seraph of the End is the action. The action is awesome. They got these spirited or devil, what they call them, devil weapons, or they have demon weapons or demon spirits inside of them. The cool stuff that they use with these demon weapons and all that. Everything from the vampires to the soldiers, the clash, the fighting, all that stuff. It could be kind of gory, but it's awesome. And the third thing I like about it is, of course, the relationship between you and Mika.
Yeah.
They have this cool
Love it.
love-hate relationship about each other. But both of them are very, very, I love their characters. They're at the end, it's non-stop trying to get to each other.
Yeah.
Try hires to the soldiers, the clash, the fighting, all that stuff. It could be kind of gory, but it's awesome. And the third thing I like about it is, of course, the relationship between you and Mika.
Yeah.
They have this cool
Love it.
love-hate relationship about each other. But both of them are very, very, I love their characters. They're at the end, it's non-stop trying to get to each other.
Yeah.
Trying to get back together. Even though Mika tried to convince you to say, hey, come with me, let's get out of here. I don't want to do this no more. And you was like, well, I want to stay with this, and I hate vampires and all that stuff. It's like kind of like a pull tug type thing, but their relationship is on point. It really is. So the 3 things we dislike about Seraph of the End, and that happens to be, Captain, number 1.
The vampires.
The vampires, really?
Yes, they a bunch of bitches. I'm sorry, but they is. Like, the first vampire that killed all those little kids. You don't have to do that. You could just get security and put them back where they belong.
Number 2.
Number 2 is I hate how they leave little description about the experiment. I know some might be like, it's probably in the manga, but it's not on the anime TV show. I want to see, I want to know more and action about what happened, like why they did the experiment on the little kids and like who these people are and why they so interested on doing this type of stuff.
Exactly. I agree. Number 3.
There's no second season.
Oh,
no
womp.
That's the only thing.
The first one is the ending. The ending sucked. It really did suck.
I didn't. Yeah. It cuts you off.
It really does. It cuts you off big time. You want to know, okay, so there's all these survivors, including... Second thing I dislike about Seraph of the End, it took too long as far as the storyline. It started out really extremely slow. And the third thing I did not like about it was the orphan part. the orphan children of when they were killed in the beginning. I didn't like that very much, but I know it's a part of the storyline. It explains how everything had happened, and I understand that the children were cattle being used to suck his blood and everything, but it was just sad to watch, but I didn't like that part very much, but that's just how I felt about it. It's my opinion. I'm not saying it's a fact. So those are the 3 things that we dislike about Seraph of the End. So, Seraph of the End, thumbs up or thumbs down?
Up.
Give it a thumbs up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my thing, I'm sorry, I give it a thumbs down.
Oh.
I really do. I this is my first one. I'm going to say I'm going to give it a thumbs down. It's a great story. But unfortunately, the storyline, how slow it was, how it did not continue after that, and on all that stuff, and the sad gory part about the whole entire thing, I just did not enjoy any of that. I really didn't. This is one of them I gotten a thumbs down on. I hate me. Go ahead. I really don't care. That's just how I feel about it. So what is the age range, do you think?
I say the age range definitely 16 and up. 16. But I will say if you're 15, go ahead. Because I've honestly been watching horror and blood ever since I was little. So if you're 15 and 14, you can watch it. Okay. If you're not too scared about blood and this and that and violence.
Okay. Alrighty. I agree. 16 and up is especially this anime is for. I highly do not recommend it for 16 and under. Very gory, very sad, don't watch it if you're younger than 16. But 16 and higher, I highly recommend for you to watch this show.
面白そうじゃないですか。
来い、アシュラマル。開け、アシュラ観音。泣くなよ、君好き。
In conclusion, to close, those are the 3 anime that I highly recommend for everybody to watch, or anybody to watch, or age range, which I will say again, which happens to be Fruit Baskets, Noragami, and also Seraph of the End. So I really, we both really highly recommend for you to watch these. You'll enjoy it, definitely. Leave a comment on the description below of what you think of what we said about the 3 anime that we had just described. We want to hear your thoughts and your feelings about it, whether you relate or not. If you hate it or love it, that's all up to you. A like or a dislike, of course, it's up there on top of the screen. So I'm going to go into right away what's coming up soon. Which is coming up soon is called Anime Milwaukee, which is here in my hometown, our hometown of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's an anime con that I am definitely looking forward to going to. For years on end, I've been telling myself that I wanted to go, and now I have finally really ready and revving to go to Anime Milwaukee.
If I would never join this group, I would pass by Anime Con again and again.
And it's always some kind of lame excuse with my life too. It's like, I have no money, or I don't know if I can go, and all this stuff. I gotta work, or no money, or whatever. But this time it's no excuse. I am going. I'm gonna be dressed head to toe in my Jupiter Diva outfit, which is the new logo for it, which you will see at the con. It's kind of like a secret I won't reveal. And hopefully she'll be dressed up just as well. I will be there with my crew, G&T, and known as Game Night Titans. And also, who's also going to be there was another good friend of mine. His name is the Vexos. He's also going to be there just as well. So I hope that you do follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and also YouTube, where you can get exclusive content of the con that's coming up here in our hometown of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That's it for today. Make sure you click to subscribe to us here on Anime Corner 21st, also the Vexos, also GNT. And we look forward to seeing you again with more commentary, more thumbs up and thumbs down, likes and dislikes of our 3 favorite anime. Thank you for joining us. Matane. Dude, Jade, are we gonna find a sexy ass cake today?
I want to. I'm on a mission for that sexy ass motherfucking cake.
You on the mission for that sexy ass cake?
I already know. That episode is coming soon.